ready to do the edging. I've got 60 grit paper in here. Hopefully I didn't need 80. Or something smaller, 60, so it would have been like a 40 or whatever. But hopefully 60 will do it. I've got my shop vac set up. This house has all 2-prong plugs, so it drives me crazy. So I have to get adapters to do anything with a ground plug in it. The sander actually has 2 plugs, so I could have used that, but I'd rather be able to stretch that around. My shop vac, it fits really loosely in here, but once you turn it on, it seems to suck it in there and hold it in better. Whether it'll work or not, I don't know. We'll see. We'll try it out, and if it doesn't work out, I'll get rid of it and just sand like normal. One more thing I forgot to mention is I bought knee pads because I'm going to be on the floor crawling on my knees for probably the next couple hours. So if you're in knee pads, it'd probably be good for my old kneecaps. So. Okay, here we go. The shop vac kept coming loose, so maybe if you had a, I don't know, a better or more expensive shop vac, it might work better, but this one kept popping loose, so I'm just going to go with the dust collector that came with it. Okay, the hand sander was not doing the job. It was going to take forever, I think I said that, but so I went to the rental place, and when I turned in the big floor sander, I got one of these edgers, and they had 36 grit paper and 80 grit paper. So I'm gonna go around and do all the 36 first, and then I will go back and do the 80 to smooth it out some. And then any spots like behind that register, I'll have to do the hand sander, just work really good at that. And then the corners, I've got a scraper that I can scrape out the corners and get those really good, or I can do it with a hand sander. We'll see how it works, but we'll see how it works. Okay, whether you can tell or not, I'm out of breath. This is a lot harder work than the drum sander. It's a lot more moving back and forth. You have to kind of bend over at your waist, so you really you almost need a back support for this because it really gets to your back. I tried it on my hands and knees for a while, but it's just too hard to manipulate around. So it's coming out good though. I didn't talk about how to put the sandpaper on. What you do is you've got this little bolt and this washer. Fits on like that. Tighten it up. And some of them come with keys. This particular one did not have a key on the back, so I had to get my socket wrench to tighten it up. Make sure you always unplug it before you do this, because you wouldn't want it to accidentally go off, you know, take your hand off. Okay, finished with the 36 grit sandpaper all the way around. It looks pretty good. Like I said, I still got to do the vents and things, but it looks pretty good. I still got to hand sand that with that palm sander. Here it looks really good. Now I'm going to go back over it a little bit with the 80 grit sandpaper, which is really fine. Hopefully it'll even out that white area over there on the side. It's just right there, and there's some in here that's a little wider. Right around through there, but hopefully that 80 grit will even it out. If not, I think it'll blend in. this is a paint scraper, and you have to do it to the corners because you can't get in the corners. And some of that you may be able to get with the hand sander, but like the corners, you can't get those with either one of these really. So you take this and you just spray the crud in the corner. Sounds awful. And then once you do that, you actually go and sand it, and it'll get most of that out of there. One last video of the floors before I got stuff to clean them up, but they're pretty much ready to clean and put the polyurethane on them. So here, just wanted to show you, I went down around and sanded with the hand sander. I actually didn't use that edger for the very final sand because it was leaving swirlies. I didn't like it. So cleaned it up pretty good. Over in there, I had to scrape that corner. Had to scrape that. This area, I'm going to spend a little more time on this and scrape it down some more. I can't sand it because it's so uneven, but I think if I scrape it, I can scrape down some of at least the darker areas, and it won't look so, it won't stand out so much. There I had to scrape behind that. Again, it's not 100% perfect, but it's pretty decent. There's the corner. It's around that electrical box. So that scraper really worked well with at least getting a majority of it. Like I said, it's still a little darker than the surrounding wood, but it's not too bad. And some areas still have a little bit of a light area behind it, but that's it. So all I gotta do is clean up and we're ready for polyurethane. Then I'm just wiping it down with water, trying to get it, see how dirty my water is right now, and I've only done one small corner. But you just wipe it down to get all the dust. When your rag is clean, then you know you've got most of the dust off. So just trying to get as much as I can out of there. Okay, finished doing all the tack with the wet cloth. It looks pretty good, doesn't look much difference. What I found was though, with this floor, as old as it is, what happened is the little gaps in between, I don't know if you'll be able to see it, but there's a gap in between there, and it has like dirt down in this groove. And what happens is when you wipe it with that wet cloth along the boards, you knock out a lot of that black stuff. So I've got to go sweep it again just to get all the little chunks of black out of there. And then I'll pretty much be ready to polyurethane within the next day or so. Okay, for people that don't want to wear a dust mask, I think you should. You can see all the dust that I would have been breathing in all over the front of that thing, and even inside of it a little bit where it was a little bit gaps there next to the nose. So definitely keeps the dust out of your lungs. Wear a dust mask.